Greetings. I'm Janet Rutledge and I'm Dean of the Graduate School here at UMBC. And today I'm going to talk to you about academic integrity standards for graduate students. I'm going to cover several points today. First, why do we need an academic integrity tutorial? How will you be able to demonstrate your knowledge of the material in the tutorial? How can you access the tutorial? What happens if you don't complete the tutorial? And finally, what happens if you fail to act with academic integrity? Okay, why do we need an academic integrity tutorial? What studies have shown nationally and at UMBC is that undergraduates are both engaged in cheating and are witnessing cheating, and graduate students were undergraduates at one point in their career. The use of the internet has really expanded opportunities to engage in academic misconduct, and often it is not intended. For example, these days when people are taking notes, it is common to go to a source electronically, to pull out certain sections and put it in your notes electronically, and then when it is time to go to the paper, as you're looking through your notes, you see phrases and even whole paragraphs that are worded exactly as you think you want to use them in your paper. And sometimes people forget that they have lifted that word for word from the original source and may not cite it or may not reword it in their own words. Also, there is a wide availability of pre-made papers that are ready for and available for purchase on the internet. We know that cultures and societies differ widely on what is accepted as academic integrity standards, and we want to make sure that everyone here is using the same standards and is able to demonstrate that they understand the academic standards of UMBC. Depending on your discipline, there may be different standards for when something has to be cited. For example, if there is information that is commonly known by everyone in the discipline, you may not need to cite it. Each discipline sets its own standards as to what is accepted as generally known knowledge and what information needs to be cited. And we want to make sure that you understand when you need to seek input from your faculty mentors and when it is okay to just not cite something that is commonly available and commonly known. What we have found is that when students are accused of committing academic misconduct, often the first thing they say is, "I didn't know that this was academic misconduct. I didn't understand what was expected of me." And so through this academic integrity tutorial, we want to make sure that everyone understands so that everyone can conduct themselves with the highest academic integrity standards. And so we want to make sure that everyone at UMBC understands the academic standards that we use at UMBC and to be able to apply them so that you will be able to conduct yourself with the highest standards of academic integrity, both throughout graduate school and in your careers. Okay, now we get to the point where we talk about how you will be able to demonstrate your knowledge of academic integrity standards. We have developed an online tutorial. It is available on UMBC's website. You must learn the standards of academic integrity and apply those standards to a set of hypothetical cases that are presented to you within the tutorial. There are a number of questions that you will be asked to answer. The time required to complete the tutorial will vary. For some, it will take less than an hour. For others, it will take several hours. I myself took about an hour to complete it. There are a number of cases presented with a discussion on what would be the proper response and what would be the improper response and why. Then you will be presented with a number of hypothetical situations and asked to respond to multiple choice questions. There is no time limit on the exam, and you may take it in multiple sittings. So for example, you can do part of it, then save your answers, and come back later and complete the tutorial. All new students are automatically enrolled in the tutorial, and you have been sent information by email on how to access the tutorial. Email is the primary means that we use to get in touch with you, so please remember to check your email, your UMBC email regularly. The deadline for completing the tutorial is September 14th, 2012. Okay, so what happens if you don't complete the tutorial? The primary means that we have of getting your attention when you do not respond to our multiple attempts to reach you by email is to put a block on your registration. We don't like to do this, and you don't like to have it done, but that's what will happen if you do not complete the academic integrity tutorial. We will put a block on your registration and you will not be able to register for future semesters. What happens if you fail to act with academic integrity? The consequences will vary depending on the severity of the offense and the number of times that the offense has occurred. For example, you could fail an assignment or have a grade lowered on a particular assignment. You could fail a course at UMBC. And finally, the most severe consequences would warrant having you dismissed from your academic program here at UMBC. And none of us wants to see that happen. The full guidelines on academic misconduct are available on the Graduate School's website under Academic Essentials. The website is shown here in the PowerPoint presentation. If you have questions about the academic integrity tutorial, you may contact Dr. Lisa Portis Morgan in the Graduate School. Her information is on the website, and you can find either her email address or her phone number. If you have questions about academic integrity standards in your discipline, you should talk with your academic advisor or with the graduate program director. Thank you very much for your attention. We wish you all the best in your graduate program here at UMBC, and we want you to remember that the Graduate School is always available to answer any questions or any needs that you have.